Well, when are you going to bug out?
Whenever we finish this segment.
Okay. Well, before you leave.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk a little bit of Stranger Things.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I finished it up today.
Yeah. Doesn't that suck? Now we got to wait a whole nother fucking year.
I know. But since we're talking about the 80s and everything, I thought this would be very appropriate.
Sure.
Because they did, and I agree with you, when you called me up, what was it, July 4th? Mm-hmm. And you said that you had started watching Stranger Things at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Did.
I was just like, oh, that's out already. And you go, oh, yeah, dude, you're going to love this. You know, they just brought back memories, you know.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to I'll try not to spoil this too much for people who...
No, stop that. I'm going to spoil it.
Okay.
So if you don't want to know what happened, tune out.
Okay.
Because I'm going to talk about it.
All right.
So
that's fine with me.
You're not going to do what every other dumb radio show does and go, well, you know, we're not going to try and spoil anything, but it was really good and it was fabulous and it was... No. We're going to spoil it. If you don't want to know, tune out now. There's your warning. We're done.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, obviously the most striking thing for this, as far as people in my age group are concerned, is they did a fantastic job recreating 1984.
They really did.
They took a lot of time and detail in filming this thing at the local mall. Mm-hmm. And they had all the stores, all the accoutrement, if you will, of the atmosphere that the mall of 1984 would have brought you. If you shopped at a Deep Bartolo-owned mall, you would have recognized this place as every mall in America.
And I even, when I called you, I asked you that. I was like, you think they shot this at Randall Park?
Yeah.
Because it looked exactly like there was the one shot where they showed the kids walking out of the JCPenney's at the end of the mall.
Right.
And I was like, motherfucker, we had a JCPenney's at the end of the mall.
Yeah, well, the anchor stores typically at these malls were like JCPenney's, Sears, Kaufman's or Horn's, depending on, what region you were in, the May Company.
Right.
Those were always the anchor stores.
Right. But even the scene, when they had the scene when they first came in upstairs and then they went down the steps.
Yeah.
The escalator, and it went right into a music store.
Yep.
Well, that's how it was at Randall Park Mall. You would walk right into Camelot Music right there.
Yeah, and I noticed that they revived the Sam Goody name on the music store. That, yeah. I was just like, all right, Sam Goody.
I loved all the placement of the 80s stuff, the new Coke and the Sam Goody, and I loved all that. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, and I noticed that when they were showing Winona Ryder and what's his name?
What?
The sheriff.
I don't know what his Hopper.
Yeah. Leaving the state of Indiana, they actually had the 1980 governor's name
right
on the sign.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was Richard Orr was the governor.
They did a good job on that show.
They did, and you could tell that the success of the show just because of the production. I mean, the production was good from day one, but they really did fantastic production for this season.
They did. The only complaint I have is that they didn't call their friends at Pinball PA to do the pinball machines that they had.
Yeah, that's true. But
they had that one shot of the asteroids machine, like in the movie theater, and I was like, "Fuck, that should have been mine."
Mm-hmm.
I literally was like, "That could have been my machine in there."
Yeah, but a big part of being at that mall was, they shot a lot of the scenes in the food court.
Yeah,
and so there were a lot of the old style food court foods that they featured there, like Dippin' Dogs and. Right. All that stuff, and it was just like, holy shit! Or Orange Julius and places like that. Yeah. It was like, wow, they did a really good job recreating that.
They really, and even when Elle and the other girl jumped into the gap, and it was a gap. It looked like the Gap, that was pretty cool that they recreated the Gap like almost exactly the way the Gap used to be back in the early 80s like that.
Right. Well,
it was solid.
It was. And when the only question I had, and I know I had asked you, when Elle and Max went on a shopping spree, they didn't really explain where they got the money to do that.
Well, they were sucking cock in the fucking bathroom, maybe.
Because they were there shopping and buying clothes and all kinds of stuff. It's like, where did you guys get the money? Because that Max chick, she isn't rich.
No, she don't have any money.
And obviously Elle has no money. It's like, how did you buy that stuff? What'd you buy that with?
No, maybe Elle, morphed it out of somebody's pocket into
She
hers.
could have. She could have. I don't know. But I just thought that was interesting that they went shopping. But it's like, who paid? Who paid for all this?
Yeah. So what did you think overall of the season?
Overall, it was really good. I was sorry to see Hop die.
If he's dead.
Well, that's true, too.
If he's dead. I mean, they did show that extra scene
at the end. Yeah, it's like, not the American.
Yeah. So he might be in that cell.
He could be, but
they could have morphed him out somehow.
For all intents and purposes, you would think Hop the cop is dead.
I'm thinking he's still alive.
Okay.
Here's where I got lost. At the beginning, they showed Sean Astin, the guy from the Lord of the Rings that was like the boyfriend to Winona Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
But then he wasn't anywhere else he was just in that one scene sitting on the couch with her.
Yeah, she was just remembering him.
Oh, was that just a memory?
Yeah, that was just a memory because he did. He died in the last episode because one of those animals attacked him and ate him.
Okay, so I just got lost for a second.
No, she was sitting there. No, because when she refused Hop's invitation to go to dinner.
Yeah,
and she said she already had plans, and then all she did was go home and heat some shit up in the microwave and sit in front of the TV and start watching TV. She just started remembering how she and her dead boyfriend used to do that. Sit on the couch and watch TV.
Yeah. Tell you what, do you blame Hop for wanting to fuck Winona Ryder?
No, she looks pretty hot for her age.
She looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Tease her hair up a little bit, mix in a comb. She could look pretty good.
Yeah, she's got that tawdry look about her.
Yeah. Nice perky, heavy tits under that big shirt. I like when they have her running around.
That was Chris's takeaway from the whole season. Yeah, the season was good, but man, Winona Ryder, big heavy tits under her big shirt.
Well, there's no other chicks that I can really look at. Fucking Elle is like 15 in real life, and Max is probably 13 or whatever. So
I did like that milfy mom, that Mrs. Wells or Mrs. Wheeler.
Oh, yeah. The swimming mom.
Yeah.
Mrs.
Wheeler, the milfy mom.
Yeah. The hey, do you want a private lesson? See, look at those tits on her. They're not huge or nothing, but they're...
Well, she's proportionate.
Yeah, those are some good boobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I like her with better hair than she has in this naked photo in the chat room.
Right.
I do like me some Winona Ryder.
Yeah. Well, the only other thing that I noticed was kind of out of place.
Yeah.
Was when they stole the Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to stop, when the guy was filling up the Cadillac with gas, and he went out there and commandeered the Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
He took the gas pump out of the nozzle out of the gas tank.
Yeah.
And it had the newest one of those air pollution boots on it.
Oh yeah, the plastic boot on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of just being raw.
Exactly. It's like, that's got the newest boot thing on the nozzle.
Yeah. No, I thought the season was great. I loved it. I thought that the what do you call it? The CGI was excellent. That
monster
goo
thing.
Yeah, and all the goo and the rats blowing up and shit. That was cool.
And people just falling and melting on the ground.
And then getting sucked into the creature. That was awesome.
Yeah, you know what that reminded me of? Kind of the same concept.
What's that?
Was the Terminator 2.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, because that Terminator was made out of that molten metal shit.
Yeah.
And it would always just suck back into him whenever he came up on a piece of it.
Yeah, this was just a grosser version because everything that blew up just looked like a bag of vomit, which was kind of cool. It was like a vomit creature. It was a big, ugly, slimy creature, and I liked that part when they cut her leg open and then she like pulled it out with the magic or whatever you call that shit.
Yeah, and even after Hop stomped on it, that monster guy came in there. It still sucked into his part of his being.
Yep. Yeah, no, I thought this was the best season of the 3.
Yeah, it was real good.
I thought it was excellent. I hate it that now we got to wait another fucking year. I love the binging and I hate the binging all at the same time.
I'm with you. Hail and Kill Caller, you're on the air.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is Jason Loon calling. Yeah, I just saw Stranger Things, but like I said, I haven't seen the last 3 episodes, but I didn't listen to that podcast, so... Yeah, but the season 3, season's very good, though, although I prefer the season 1 the best. Season 2 is okay, but the season 3 is very good, too.
Okay.
Well, what part did you like the best?
The part I like the best, the season 3?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, season 3? Oh, the part I like the best was the malls they have there, like, when they're at the movie theater, like, they went to go see, Day of the Dead. There's one person I was arguing with in the chat saying, like it took place in 84. I was like, no, it didn't. It takes place in 85, which I was telling that guy, that says, you must have saw the beginning of the season 3 of Stranger Things that took place in Russia. It says, like, a year later or something like that. But I did correct him saying, like, yes, they got the release date right, and they got the year of 1985 being the release of Day of the Dead.
And they were showing Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah, that poster. They got the shit down to the details, man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
they definitely do.
Yeah, oh yeah, and Winona Ryder. Oh yeah, she's still hot. she's got one of those hot mom look to her now.
Yeah, she's a MILF.
Mm-hmm. Yep. One of the hottest MILFs ever.
Well, there's a fan of yours, Chris.
Oh, fan of everybody should be a fan of hot MILF Winona Ryder. Jesus.
Of course, when you mention Linda Cardellini, she's also a hot MILF in those Daddy's Home movies.
Mm-hmm. Linda Cardellini's hot. If you want to see
I agree.
Linda Cardellini is the hottest, even though she doesn't get naked or anything. There's an episode in one of the later seasons of ER where she's wearing a white shirt and she's running in the pouring rain, like after some guy tries to rape her or kill her or some shit. And oh my God, those fucking bouncy titties of hers just fucking running around in the rain. That is fucking spectacular.
Yeah. I love that scene. Also, there was that scene where she was almost naked making out with Uncle Jesse from Full House, John Stamos.
Yeah. Uncle Jesse gonna give her a Michelling.
Have mercy.
All right,
so anyway, though, just to go a little bit off topic, though, I've heard you say, I chatted with you. You said you saw the AEW Fyter Fest. I have to say the Fyter Fest pay-per-view was very good, but the Double or Nothing one was the best. I just admit the Fyter Fest is. What's that?
Fyter Fest was okay, but the problem with I personally could give two shits about gaming. So when you had the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega doing the fucking Street Fighter characters in the ring,
I marked down that one.
That was cheesy.
You thought it was cheesy? I marked out I was back to being 9 or 10 years old because I was when Street Fighter 2 was real popular. So I was like, oh my God!
Street Fighter 2 is just a poor man's Mortal Kombat, so I thought it was shit.
Well, actually, Street Fighter 2 came before Mortal Kombat, but you can say Mortal Kombat was better and more violent, but yeah.
Street Fighter 2 came before
both made their own ways.
I don't think so.
What's that?
Street Fighter 2 came before Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, 1991. Mortal Kombat came out in 92.
Could be wrong. I remember owning both, and I would have swore I owned Mortal Kombat first.
Well, you gotta look up Wikipedia or something like that, and then or not Wikipedia. It's probably unreliable. Just look up Google or something like that, saying When did Mortal Kombat come out, or when did Street Fighter 2 come out? Anyway, Firefest was great, though, but I didn't get to see the Paul Heyman-led one, though, but hopefully the Paul Heyman one, the clips I did see, were fucking amazing. Kofi giving the middle finger and, Kofi slamming, Bobby Lashley's at the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. It was definitely good.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, all I gotta say is hail, kill, fuck you, hand job, see you later.
He got his chance to shine in the sun.
He really wants to talk wrestling.
He does.
And I just don't want to get into a whole wrestling thing just because you have no idea.
Yeah, I have no interest in that, but that's, whatever. Whenever I hear Firefest, all I can think of is that botched concert thing.
Yeah, exactly, and that was what they were making fun of. This one was called Fighter Fest, and what they did was they did a bunch of skits in between that they didn't have enough money for the band and they didn't have enough money for the costume. I mean, they were making fun of Firefest.
Okay.
And to be honest, it was, you talk about terrible promotion. They're a fucking brand new company, this AEW, All Elite Wrestling. They're trying to compete with WWE. And in their second ever pay-per-view, they're doing skits about not having enough money.
All right.
That's not real smart. It's like, I know it was a goof, and, the owner is a billionaire. He's the guy that owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay. But,
man, you do not want to send that message the second time you're doing anything in public saying, yeah, we don't have enough money to do this. It's like, oof, not real smart planning on that one.
Yeah.
But whatever.
All right. Now I get the joke.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Are you done with Stranger Things?
I think. I mean, I will recommend it to everybody. I loved it.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the first two, episodes, or the first two seasons rather, you definitely need to go and start from the beginning, and because it is an ongoing thing. So, but yeah, very well done this season. For me, it just took me back because it was just like, oh yeah, that seems like home to me.
2 days or 1 day?
I started it on the 4th and I finished it up today.
Okay. Yeah.
Because each episode is almost an hour.
Yeah. I pretty much watched from 3 o'clock in the morning until it was done. And then I was done. Just blitzed through it, went to bed at like noon or 1 o'clock or whatever time it was.
Yeah, I think I watched like 3 episodes at a sitting.
Okay.
Per sitting or so. Yeah.
I sucked it up and watched straight through all 8 episodes in a row.
In a row?
In a row?
In a row? All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for you and I.
That's right. I'm out. See ya.
There is more CMS coming your way. I have someone stepping into the shoes of Chris Aiken coming up here, and she will fill out the balance of the show.
It's Vicky Vincent.
No, I couldn't be so lucky. But stick around. Chris has got something to do, and there is more show coming your way, and I do have a very worthy co-host coming at you. So, all right, well, go about your business there, Mr. Aiken, and we will take it from here.
All right, don't fuck up my show, mystery guest.
Yeah, and since you're so all bent out of shape over your porn and your Winona Ryder and your what's her name? Nicolini or whatever.
Linda Cardellini.
Yeah, whatever. I thought I'd take us out with something from Ozzy Osbourne. Some No Bone movies.
Well, you do that. I'll go watch some Bone movies.
Some Bone movies. All right. Well, here's Ozzy Osbourne with No Bone movies exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
What's up, metalheads? This is Blasco from Ozzy Osbourne, and you're listening to the Classic Metal Show.